Hello everyone, it is Spooky Celluloid here with another review, and today it's Shark Saturday on a Tuesday. So I am talking about a new movie that I saw in the theaters yesterday called Hot Spring Shark Attack from Japan, and oh boy, is this movie a piece of garbage. Wow, how bad could it be? That's what I thought before going into the theater because it's called Hot Spring Shark Attack. I wasn't expecting a masterpiece such as Shark Exorcist or Bathtub Shark Attack. But this is like a bigger budget movie. It's from Japan, so the budget is probably like $40 instead of $20 like the American shark movies. So I was kind of hoping that it at least be fun. The crowd were in the theater seemed to be having fun. They applauded at some points of the movie, and they applauded at the end. However, this is another movie, another shark movie that's like, hey, look at us. We're making a bad movie. Aren't we clever? No, you're not. Every shitty shark movie trope, every shitty shark movie, goddamn chair, and that's why I don't sit on the ground usually, has already been done. Like, this is just recycling old jokes that were not funny, that are still not funny. This movie pissed me off. And what pisses me off most about these, oh, look at us, isn't this ironic that we're making such a bad movie and we're aware of it, is when the crowd is into it. And the crowd was into it, and that pisses me off. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people, you're the problem with audiences. This is so clearly made for people who are like, ha ha ha, my favorite shark movie is actually Sharknado. I was gonna say Killing Birds, but that's a slapper for real. What's that shitty movie with the birds? That's why I'm not Urshel. I can't just. Anyways, this is the crowd this movie was made for. It was made for people who watch movies, bad movies, and ironically love them. Look, I have some pretty questionable taste, but I don't ironically love what I watch. I just love what I watch. I just love Bruno Mattei, Claudio Fragasso, for reals. I'm not like, this is funny because it's bad. At least Bruno Mattei and Claudio Fragasso put some effort in their movie, unlike the director of Hot Spring Shark Attack, who just garbled a bunch of cliches of shitty shark movies into a shitty shark movie. Look, at least I will say there is some puppets, there is some miniature work, so at least there is that kept this from being a half star on Letterboxd. It's now just a 1 out of 5. Because there are some moments that did make me laugh, but I was more like going with the crowd. If I was at home watching this is how I'd watch it. And it's only 70 minutes, which I guess is a redeeming quality of the movie, is that you're just sitting there for a solid 70 minutes, and some moments are decent. As I said, there is some miniature work in there that is cool. I guess they did put effort in there, but like the CGI is horrible. I didn't even talk about the story. So, it's a city in Japan called Atsumi, and they have a lot of hot spring. One day, sharks start to attack people in the hot springs. Then a scientist comes on and is like, oh, this is why the sharks are attacking. And everybody's like, that sounds stupid. How can a shark compress itself to go through a hot spring filter and kill people? And then the worst part of this goddamn movie is that the mayor advertises it. And then there's a bunch of influencers who come in the city, and it's like clearly written by somebody old that doesn't get like influencers. And anytime I see influencers in movies, even like good movies, I always cringe because it's so cheesy, it's so goddamn awful. The whole look at us, we're influencers, like they stream themselves in a hot tub, and then there's a solid like 5-minute scene in the movie in between the influencers, and then the influencers get attacked. But like in movie time, those two scenes, that wouldn't make sense. They would have to be influencing for like 24 hours. This movie's a goddamn piece of shit. There's a cop character that doesn't like the mayor. Of course, the mayor doesn't want to close construction. It's the Jaws thing. And the cop's like, I'm gonna fucking piece of shit mayor. They get into a debacle, but at the end they make up, you know. Anyways, eventually there's too many shark attacks, and then the Prime Minister of Japan's like, we're gonna destroy Atsumi. Then they send the US and Japanese military, but before then, the mayor and a stupid ass character that I hate he's just the guy who punches the ground, and he has muscles, and he's called Macho, and he punches sharks. It's so fucking stupid. There's a lot of like anime references in there too, so I guess if you're a weeb, you might appreciate some references. I don't know. This movie's just dog water. Dog ass, as they say in my country. This movie's stupid. But yeah, he just punches things. He's all muscly, he doesn't talk. And the mayor and the scientist and Muscle 3D print a submarine, a military style submarine. Oh, and if it wasn't stupid enough, the sharks, since they're hot spring sharks, have a high concentration of methane in them. So if you shoot them, they explode. And then they're like, oh, we're going to send a ship. But no, they also have like electromagnetic fields that basically makes them into like not an EMT, but something that disables electronics. It's so fucking stupid. This movie is so fucking dumb. So yeah, they 3D print a giant military grade submarine. Then they destroy the sharks, and then we see the big boss shark. And we know it's the big boss shark because he has a crown on his head. Then Muscle Man goes in there and he's like, there's a lot of methane. So he punches inside the shark goes flying, and they shoot him, and the shark explodes, and then the end. Oh, the cop still alive. If you really cared about the characters in this, I didn't give a single shit. This movie's bad. This movie's really bad. Like, it has entertaining moments, but I just can't do this. Look at us, we're so silly. We're consciously making a bad movie. Look at us, we're so funny. Haha, hee hee. I hate when movies are like that. And especially like shark movies have a tendency of always being like that. So I don't know what I was expecting. I was at least expecting a 2 out of 5. What I got was a 1. So, you know, bad movie. Thank you guys for watching Shark Tuesday. If you get this video, you're a real one. See you later.